What's up YouTube? My name's Roman, and in today's video we're going to be talking about 3 money lies that we all tell ourselves to help justify bad behavior when it comes to our spending. Let's get into it. Now first, a quick disclaimer. What I'm going to talk about in this video, the opinions that I'm going to share, these money lies that I'm going to ask you to consider, might not be the most popular because it's a little bit of tough love. Nobody really likes tough love when it comes to how they spend their money. We all like to think that we have it figured out, and we don't want to be made to feel guilty. And of course, these are only my opinions. Take from them what is helpful from you and discard the rest. With that, let's go ahead and talk about the first money lie that we tell ourselves, and that is this: I deserve X. I work hard, so I deserve this thing. I deserve to spend this money, which may be true. The problem is when we talk about the treat yourself type of methodology, that a lot of times it builds upon itself. It gets addictive to where you may very well deserve some extra spending in your life to build and enhance your quality of life, but pretty soon you find yourself using that I deserve this justification to make purchases that make you in the end feel guilty, that maybe you can't afford, that don't align with your long-term goals, to the point where telling yourself that I deserve this sometimes becomes untrue. Or even if you do deserve it, the justification, using that justification, leads to spending that you're going to regret later, and that just doesn't make sense for you. A good example of this would be having a great week at work, so you go out to the mall with a new credit card and max it out even though you can't afford to pay cash for the things that you've bought. It might not be right away, but eventually you're going to have buyer's remorse because you couldn't afford it. It wasn't the right decision for your money at that time. I think that it's important to recognize and reward hard work, but be careful telling yourself, I deserve this. Sometimes it's just counterproductive. The second money lie that we tell ourselves happens to align or tie in with the first money lie, and that's this thing, this spending will make me happy. It's almost never true. That's not to say that a purchase or spending some money might not make you excited in the moment, bring on some hormones that give you a high, that make you feel good. That's why they call it retail therapy, right? However, it doesn't last. Eventually, that good feeling when you make a purchase, if that purchase doesn't align with your values, if you've only made it because you think that thing will make you happy, it's not. You're going to regret it later. Things simply don't make us happy. After we've taken care of our basic needs in life, right? Food, shelter. After we've taken care of our basic needs in life and established like a baseline quality of life for ourselves, there's a depreciating rate of return as far as the happiness that the things that we buy and introduce into our life will give us. Things just simply don't buy extra happiness. It doesn't work that way. It's not linear. The nicer car will not necessarily make you happier than the paid off car that's already in your driveway. The nice big house will not necessarily make you happier than a house that is the size that you can afford. Things very rarely make us happy. That's just the way it is. I know the story that society gives us doesn't necessarily align with this line of thinking, but that's my opinion, and I found it to be true in my life, and I think that you'll find it to be true in yours. Don't tell yourself the lie that this thing is going to make you happier. That brings us to lie number 3, which has to do with resting on our laurels. Sometimes we tell ourselves the lie that since I've done well in one area, I'm doing well enough, it's okay to justify poor performance in another area. For instance, say you made the decision to increase your savings rate from 5% to 10% in your life. And that's a great decision, and good on you for having done something like that. However, we use that win, that good decision that we've made for ourselves, to help to justify maybe a not so good decision. Maybe we go out and buy a new car that we don't need or can't afford. Maybe we go out and put a vacation on a credit card. Just because we've done something good with our money doesn't necessarily mean that we should justify, that we should tell ourselves the lie that kind of negates the poor decisions. All the decisions should be intentional. All the decisions should be in alignment with your own values and the long-term money goals that you have. So don't rest on your laurels. Don't get to a certain point of responsibility or efficiency with your money and then throw responsible spending out the window. It's going to hinder the building of wealth on one front, as far as your personal financial journey goes, but it's also going to lead, probably, in my opinion, to some purchases that in the end are either going to be wasteful in that they won't make you happy in correlation with the amount of money you spent, or maybe even counterproductively, they'll make you less happy. Like I said, I'm not going to be surprised if these are unpopular opinions, and please take it with a grain of salt. Personal finance is completely personal. I've just found that inspecting the way that I think about money in my own life and challenging some of the justifications that I give myself before I'm about to make a purchase can help me to realize that maybe I'm being a little dishonest with myself to help justify spending extra money that might be exciting or feel good in the short term, but in the long term is going to lead to either a little bit of buyer's remorse, or if not that, at least keep me further separated from the long-term goals that I have. So that's what I have for today's video, folks. I'm really glad that you tuned in. If you haven't had a chance yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to ding the notification bell. I release new videos every week on topics of financial freedom, frugality, financial independence, and financial literacy, basically being intentional with your money. If that's something you're interested in, make sure that you join the Wild Frugal Free family. If you got any value out of this video, make sure to smash the like button so that YouTube will put it in front of other people's eyes so that they can enjoy it as well. In the end, I hope that we can spread the message of intentional money management to help more people better their lives and their relationship with money. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, make sure to put your money where your values are. Bye.